You anticipate fine lines? You anticipate silver strands? But imagine if I informed you that post-60, your physique and intellect commence transformations in manners that nobody previously cautioned you about. Maturing isn't solely about your reflection. It's occurring in unforeseen ways. Perhaps you've observed time accelerating unprecedentedly. Or maybe your slumber routines have turned erratic. Certain indicators will astonish you. Some might even worry you. Yet all are an inherent aspect of the voyage. Today, I'll disclose 7 unanticipated indicators of aging that the majority don't comprehend until they personally encounter them. Which among these have already commenced for you? Let's discover collectively. Which of these astonishes you the most? Have you detected any of these alterations in yourself? Share in the comments. The passage of time accelerates unexpectedly. Have you ever sensed that the years are eluding you more swiftly than previously? One instant you're toasting the new year, and in a flash summer has concluded, and the festive season is upon us once more. If time appears to be hastening post-60, you're not fabricating it. It's a genuine psychological phenomenon, and it affects almost everyone. Why does this occur? In childhood, a lone summer seemed interminable. Each day brimmed with novel encounters. Your inaugural bicycle ride, a significant family trip, or mastering something as basic as shoelace tying. Your mind cataloged these occurrences as unique instances, rendering time feel abundant and extended. However, as we mature, monotony prevails. Our days grow foreseeable, laden with unconscious habits. Arise, sip coffee, perform tasks, peruse a book, retire. Absent fresh memories to punctuate time, our minds condense our experiences, causing weeks, months, and even years to merge indistinctly. Moreover, researchers have discovered that our perception of time correlates directly with our lifespan thus far. At age 10, 1 year constitutes 10% of your existence. At 60, it's merely 1.6%, a significantly reduced proportion. Consequently, each year subjectively feels briefer than its predecessor. How to decelerate time. The positive aspect? You can indeed manipulate your brain into retarding time by incorporating novelty and mindfulness into your everyday existence. Experiment with novelty. The optimal method to elongate time is to disrupt the routine cycle. Enroll in a course, delve into a new pastime, or alter your daily stroll's path. Unfamiliar experiences prolong time perception because your brain dedicates more attention to novelties. Be mindful. Have you observed that mindfulness, genuinely focusing on the present, can enrich time? Rather than allowing days to amalgamate, relish them. Absorb the nuances of a sunset, savor a meal's flavor, or dedicate a few daily minutes to jotting down noteworthy events. Document your days. Reflecting on old photographs or diaries makes time appear more substantial and significant. If you haven't yet, commence capturing images of your daily life, even trivialities like your morning brew or a blossoming flower. Noting a few daily observations can also aid your brain in retaining memories more effectively, mitigating the sensation of time hurtling by. Time might be accelerating, but you can seize command. By venturing beyond routine, embracing novelty, and wholly immersing in life, you'll sense that you're optimizing every instant. Have you perceived time hastening in your life? What's one practice you employ to remain present? Let's discuss in the comments. Slumber turns erratic. Recall when you could slumber uninterrupted for a solid 8 hours? Presently, you might discover yourself fully alert at 3 a.m., gazing at the ceiling or arising at dawn even without necessity. Certain nights, despite exhaustion, sleep eludes you. On other occasions, you nod off effortlessly but awaken prematurely, unable to resume sleep. For numerous individuals beyond 60, sleep turns shallower, briefer, and significantly more erratic. You might also find yourself dozing more frequently during the day, complicating the attainment of a complete night's repose. Sleep is altered, but what underlies this transformation? Why does sleep modify post-60? With aging, your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, termed the circadian rhythm, inherently adjusts. This entails diminished melatonin synthesis. Melatonin is the hormone that notifies your body it's time to rest. As you advance in years, your body generates less, complicating the process of falling and remaining asleep. Sleep becomes more disjointed. Rather than extended, profound sleep phases, you might undergo briefer, lighter sleep stages. This heightens your sensitivity to sounds, temperature fluctuations, or even your own musings, which can rouse you. You awaken earlier. Your brain prompts you to rise sooner than previously, even if you retired late. Hence, you might find yourself awake at 5 a.m., incapable of sleeping further. More frequent nocturnal bathroom visits. Alterations in bladder management can also disrupt sleep. Awakening several times nightly to urinate can hinder returning to sleep. Daytime drowsiness escalates. Since your nocturnal sleep is less deep and restorative, you may feel fatigued during the day. This can result in increased napping, which further disturbs nighttime sleep. Inadequate sleep can leave you feeling depleted, cranky, and mentally clouded, but there's hope. There are strategies to enhance your sleep and feel more rejuvenated. How to enhance sleep post-60. First, restrict caffeine, alcohol, and screen exposure prior to bedtime. Caffeine lingers in your system for hours, so eschew it post-lunch if sleep is problematic. Alcohol might initially induce drowsiness but actually impairs deep sleep, leading to more awakenings. Blue light from devices like phones, tablets, and televisions hampers melatonin production. Opt for reading or soothing music instead. Second, institute a calming pre-sleep routine. Your body requires a distinct cue that it's time to unwind. Devise a nocturnal ritual to facilitate sleep onset. Sip a warm herbal tea. Take a tepid shower or bath. Engage in deep breathing or gentle stretching. Listen to tranquil music or a guided meditation. Third, nap briefly and early. Napping can recharge you, but excessive daytime sleep can prevent nighttime tiredness. Target 20 to 30 minutes and avoid napping past 3 p.m. Adhere to a regular sleep timetable. Retire and arise at consistent times daily, including weekends. This regulates your body's internal clock, facilitating natural sleep and wake cycles. Handle nocturnal bathroom trips. If frequent urination disturbs your sleep, consider these suggestions. Reduce evening fluid intake, particularly coffee, tea, and alcohol. Empty your bladder immediately before bed. If necessary, consult your physician about medications or bladder exercises. Craft an ideal sleep setting. Your bedroom should be cool, dim, and silent. Employ blackout curtains, a white noise device, or a fan to eliminate disturbances. A supportive mattress and pillows can significantly improve comfort. Concluding reflection. Sleep evolves with age, but it needn't dominate your existence. Through minor routine modifications, you can achieve superior rest and awaken feeling revitalized. Do you grapple with sleep? What's your top recommendation for securing a sound night's sleep? Share in the comments. Alterations in gustation and olfaction. Have you ever savored a morsel of your beloved cuisine, one you've relished for years, only to discern it lacks its former zest? Perhaps your morning java appears milder, or your preferred piquant dish no longer delivers that gratifying punch. Post-60, your gustatory and olfactory senses commence to wane. This transition is gradual, but eventually you might observe that victuals seem less savory, or that particular scents, such as blossoms, coffee, or freshly baked bread, appear more subdued than previously. For certain individuals, these alterations result in reduced consumption, potentially leading to unintended weight reduction or nutritional shortfalls. Others may consume more, frequently opting for saltier, sweeter, or spicier fare to offset the flavor deficit. How to sustain culinary pleasure. 1. Incorporate natural flavor enhancers. Augment dishes with fresh herbs, citrus, or spices like ginger, cinnamon, and garlic. These impart robust flavors without necessitating surplus salt or sugar. 2. Maintain hydration and stimulate saliva production. Consume ample water daily. Chewing sugar-free gum or sucking on sugar-free lozenges can also help moisten your mouth, thereby enhancing taste perception. 3. Activate your other senses. Since taste is intertwined with smell, attempt to inhale your food's aroma before partaking to activate your brain's flavor identification. Select vibrant meals. Colorful fruits and vegetables can render dining more appealing. Engage in regular physical activity. Exercise augments blood flow, including to your taste buds and olfactory apparatus, aiding in preserving their functionality. 5. Investigate underlying conditions. If you experience an abrupt loss of taste or smell, it might stem from allergies, sinusitis, or dental issues. Undergo a medical examination to exclude any health-related causes. Let's wrap up with some reflections. A certain degree of taste and smell desensitization is an inherent aspect of aging, but it doesn't oblige you to accept flavorless repasts. With a handful of straightforward modifications, you can ensure that food remains delectable and pleasurable for many years henceforth. Have you detected alterations in your culinary experiences? What's your preferred method to infuse flavor into your meals? Share in the comments. Your social network contracts, yet gains profundity. Have you observed that your circle of acquaintances is contracting, yet it doesn't particularly distress you? Post 60, we begin to value quality over quantity in our relationships. It's not about amassing numerous friends, but about cultivating the right ones. Studies indicate that with aging, we inherently sieve out shallow ties, concentrating instead on bonds that yield happiness and satisfaction. This isn't isolation, it's sagacity. How to optimize this phase? Maintain contact with your intimate friends via consistent communication and gatherings. Don't shy away from forging new friendships. Participate in interest-based groups, yoga sessions, or volunteer initiatives to engage with individuals who share your passions. Foster profound connections. Substantive dialogues are infinitely more gratifying than trivial chatter. Life is fleeting for insignificant relationships. Treasure those who genuinely count. Your physique vocalizes prior to action. Have you remarked that rising from bed or from a seat now includes an auditory accompaniment? A sequence of snaps, crackles, and groans akin to a cereal bowl appears to escort each motion. Post 60, our joints no longer remain as tacit as they once were. You might not experience discomfort, but your knees, hips, or shoulders proclaim every action you undertake. Why does this occur? Cartilage deteriorates. The safeguarding padding between bones erodes over time, rendering movement less fluid. Lubrication wanes. The synovial fluid that facilitates joint mobility begins to deplete, resulting in rigidity. Muscles contract. Prolonged sitting can cause joints to feel immobilized, making initial steps feel rigid or clumsy. Tendons and ligaments forfeit elasticity. These connective structures become less supple, exacerbating the sensation of stiffness and constraint. Apart from the clamor, you might note that initiating movement in the morning requires more time than previously. Extended sitting makes rising feel like a Herculean task, and hasty movement risks acute pain or worse, imbalance. How to preserve joint contentment and vitality. 1. Remain active. Mild, low-impact pursuits such as strolling, swimming, or yoga aid in sustaining flexibility and averting stiffness. Even basic stretches before arising can be transformative. 2. Warm up prior to significant movement. Rather than leaping out of bed or standing abruptly, pause to stretch or rotate your ankles to stimulate blood circulation to your joints. 3. Bolster your cartilage. Supplements like omega-3 fatty acids, glucosamine, and chondroitin might assist in maintaining joint cushioning and diminishing inflammation. 4. Fortify adjacent muscles. Robust muscles equate to reduced joint strain. Elementary resistance workouts like bodyweight squats or light dumbbell usage can be beneficial. 5. Hydrate and nourish well. Adequate water intake aids in joint lubrication. Consuming foods abundant in collagen, vitamin D, and antioxidants such as berries, nuts, and leafy greens promotes bone and joint health. Concluding reflection. Indeed, your joints might be more vocal nowadays, but that doesn't necessitate accepting rigidity and unease. Stay dynamic, ensure your joints remain in motion, and accord them the attention they merit. What sounds do your joints emit in the morning? Share with us in the comments. You've grown more resilient, yet more sentimental. You've dedicated years to cultivating fortitude, absorbing life's teachings, and relinquishing the concerns that once deprived you of sleep. You no longer fret over others' opinions, and you've perfected the skill of selecting tranquility over superfluous anxiety. Nonetheless, a mere tune from yesteryear can evoke tears. An aroma, maybe of freshly baked treats or your mother's fragrance, can instantaneously convey you to a recollection so lucid it seems you've traversed time. A poignant advertisement, a handwritten missive from a grandchild, or even distant laughter can evoke profound sentiments within you. This aging paradox is among life's most unforeseen blessings. You've grown more resilient and sagacious, yet your heart has tenderized in unanticipated ways. Why does this transpire? Life has furnished you with abundant material for contemplation. With age, we experience emotions more intensely. Each achievement, each bereavement, each delight is interlaced into our essence. The significance of time crystallizes. At 20, a year seemed protracted. At 60, we comprehend the value of each season, rendering every bond and memory more consequential. The brain favors emotions over minutiae. Research demonstrates that with aging, our brains retain emotional experiences more than trivial, forgettable details. Hence, a song from childhood can resonate as potently as when you first encountered it. Reduced stress, heightened presence. With fewer diversions, we can decelerate and wholly immerse in life's instances rather than hastening through them. How to welcome this emotional potency. 1. Permit yourself to feel. Weeping over an antiquated letter, a matrimonial milestone, or a dialogue with a long-absent comrade isn't indicative of frailty. It's evidence of a life richly lived. Don't suppress emotions, embrace them. 2. Preserve your memories. Journaling, audio recordings, or assembling a memory album can aid in conserving the narratives and moments most precious to you. These keepsakes aren't solely for you. They will hold significance for future generations as well. 3. Seek solace in the familiar. If a particular melody or locale instills peace, return to it. If a dish from your youth warms your soul, prepare it. Remain linked to what elicits joy and nostalgia. It's integral to your identity. 4. Impart your wisdom. You've amassed considerable knowledge throughout your journey. Whether through storytelling, guiding younger individuals, or penning letters to kin, transmitting your experiences can be a potent means to connect and motivate. Authentic strength isn't about stifling emotions. It's about permitting yourself to feel profoundly and love completely. You've merited that privilege. Life has bestowed upon you a treasury of exquisite moments, each deserving of appreciation. What's one memory or melody that still resonates with you? Share in the comments below. I'd be delighted to learn your tale. Your recollection enjoys a game of concealment. You enter the kitchen and abruptly forget your purpose there. You set your spectacles somewhere, but now they're unaccountably missing. And that neighbor, what's her name? You encountered her just yesterday. Before alarm sets in, inhale deeply. These minor memory slips are entirely typical and befall everyone with age. Why does this occur? Your brain is inundated with decades of data. Envision attempting to locate a solitary file in a cabinet brimming with memories spanning over 60 years. It's all stored. Your brain merely requires a bit more time to access it. Aging influences retrieval velocity, not intellect. Your capacity to learn and reason critically persists, but the brain's processing decelerates slightly. It's akin to transitioning from high-speed internet to a marginally slower connection. You can still access all information. It just necessitates an additional moment. Distractions exacerbate the issue. Multitasking can cause your brain to temporarily misplace trivial details. How to enhance memory and maintain acuity. 1. Stimulate your brain daily with activities such as Sudoku, crossword puzzles, chess, or acquiring a new proficiency, like a language or musical instrument. This keeps your brain engaged and fortifies memory linkages. 2. Vocalize information. To remember something, like the location of your keys, articulate it. I'm placing my keys on the counter. Verbal expression aids the brain in processing and retaining data more effectively. 3. Form mental links. Difficulty with names? Associate them with familiar concepts. For instance, upon meeting a Bob, visualize him with a bobblehead. To recall bread, milk, and eggs, picture yourself juggling them at the market. This facilitates recall. 4. Prioritize sleep. Sleep deprivation impacts memory more than aging. A rested brain processes and stores information more proficiently. Strive for 7 to 9 hours of restorative sleep nightly. 5. Stay physically active. Exercise enhances cerebral blood flow, boosting cognitive performance. Even a daily stroll can help preserve memory sharpness. Your memory isn't deteriorating, it's merely functioning differently. With appropriate strategies, you can sustain mental acuity and even circumvent those irksome "where are my glasses" instances. Have you ever forgotten something amusing or surprising? Share your most memorable memory lapse in the comments below. Welcoming 60 with assurance and delight. Reaching 60 isn't a conclusion. It's the commencement of a fresh and thrilling phase. Certainly, some alterations might surprise you, but each serves as a testament to the remarkable odyssey you've undertaken. Aging isn't about decelerating, it's about evolving, adjusting, and discovering joy in novel experiences. Certain changes, such as time's swift passage or sleep's unpredictability, might require acclimation. Others, like enhanced emotional profundity or a more robust self-identity, are age's bestowals. Thus, which of these indicators astonished you the most? Have you personally encountered any? Let's initiate a dialogue. Leave a comment below. If you deemed this video enlightening, remember to like and subscribe for additional guidance on aging with poise and elegance. Here's to savoring every instant.